Welcome. In front of me is a Huawei P40 Pro, and today I'll show you how to go through the setup process of the device. So when you put the device up for the first time, you'll be presented with this screen right here. So start off by choosing your language from the list right here. Tap on the language that you wish to use, which I'm just going to stick with English, that is selected by default, and then tap on Get Started. And then you have select region, which will automatically also add a time zone for that region. Now you can set one if you want right now, correct to your region, or you can just ignore it, and it won't really change much apart from the time region. And also it will be later on, like the time will be set automatically once you connect to Wi-Fi. So yeah, then you have terms of use, which you do have to agree to, so let's just check that on. You can also read by tapping on the details right here and have the entire user agreement. So let's go back and tap on next. Here you can insert a SIM card, so you can just simply put one from the bottom. That's where the tray is, right here. So there's the tray right there. You can just pop it out and put in a SIM card in there. Now this process can be done right now or later. It will not change anything. Once you put in a SIM card, the device will work the same way. So completely optional to put it in right now. So I'm gonna skip this. Then you have connect to network. You can connect to it, you can skip it if you don't have one. You just tap right here. I'm gonna simply just tap on my network right here. And let's tap on next. Data and privacy, again, some things that you will probably have to agree to. So you have a bunch of I guess different options for privacy, stuff like that. So let's go back and tap on next. I believe this screen will only appear once you choose to log into or connect to Wi-Fi. If you don't connect to Wi-Fi, you will not even see this, I believe. Now I don't really want to log in right now. I don't even have an account, so I'm gonna try to skip it somehow. Forgot the password, don't have Huawei ID. Let's try here and later. Okay, there we go. So that's how you skip it. And then you have Huawei mobile services again. Eye care, some ID, statistics, whatever it is. Just tap on next. You can read all of this if you're interested. And then the protection of your device. So you have three different options. You can set up all three of them if you wish to. So you have the fingerprint ID, which is the under display one, face recognition, which is the camera, and just a simple password, which for a password you have choice between PIN pattern or passcode, either 4, 6-digit ones, or I believe also a normal, like basically alphabetical password with just symbols that you wish to use. And also one thing to keep in mind, if you want to, for instance, set up a fingerprint, you will need to set up also a password. So you have additional way of unlocking the phone that you can remember, instead of, for instance, having your fingerprint that might, for instance, I don't know, you cut your finger and then you wouldn't be able to unlock the device. So that's why you would have to set up the password there. So I'm gonna go with the fingerprint, and you can see right now when you click on it, set a lock screen pin. So by default it's the 6-digit pin, but you can change unlock method right here and choose something else. For instance, I'm gonna go with a pattern, and then let's draw the pattern. We draw the same pattern once more, tap on done, and now we can go to scanning our finger. So let's tap on add fingerprint. Okay, and there we go. So let's start tapping on it. Now when you're doing this, you want to get a fairly good read of your entire finger, all the outside edges of it and the middle. So however you press your finger to the screen, it will basically read it most of the time. And if you have problems with it not reading it, you might want to go back in the settings and then add another fingerprint and basically add the same finger once more, or just remove the one that you have and try to re-add it once more, but just try to get a better read of it. And right here, once we add the fingerprint, I also prompts us that we can add a face recognition, and I'm just going to opt out of it by tapping skip. Enhanced services, so we have additional things that Huawei can do. You can also read this to basically know what they're talking about. I'm just going to opt out of this by tapping no thanks. User experience improving program, no thanks. Share analytics, I'm also going to say no thanks for basically later. Huawei location services, later. Keep your software up to date. I'm going to update manually, although that doesn't really matter. Huawei is amazing that even if you choose update manually, it will look for updates and then it will spam you. For instance, in one day you have an update and then you ignore it and it will update overnight anyway, so it's not like you have a choice here. So from here, data import, you can either import your data from an old device by doing it manually through an app, so it will be the first option. Move data from another device and it will tell you to download a specific app for this, or you can do it through the cloud. So if your other device was a Huawei, you most likely created a backup of it and it automatically goes to the cloud. And here, once you log into the Huawei account, you can then restore it from that cloud. But I'm gonna choose to set it up as new device. And the last thing we have here is the gesture navigations, which comes enabled by default. And before you can progress, it will tell you to try them out so you know how they work, because different devices have different ways of using the gestures, even though it gives you a fairly good image here on how to use it. So I just tap on try gestures and you have swipe from left or right to go back. So come on, quicker. So there we go. So that's basically the back button, and then slide up to go home. So this is the quick slide. Let me just lift up the device. So there we go. That's how you slide it. And then you also have the slide and hold to go into recent, like so. And that's about it. Now, if you know how the gestures work, you had a little window right there, and you can just tap on the X and it will skip it. So let's tap on finish. I don't want any of these apps, so can I disable them all? That would be nice. Let's get rid of it. There we go. So next. And as you can see, we're now on the home screen with the device fully set up. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.